Hello guys, boys and girls, welcome to what is going to be episode 5 now of In Hindsight. We're going to be watching some Smite. Of course, we're going to be watching our game 2 against Spacestation. So let's jump into it. This is a bit of a longer one, so I might do some skips here and now there, and probably just speed it up a bit, maybe do some skips. I hope you guys understand when it's the longer games, I can only talk so much about what's going on in our minds. And I think a lot of the giant fight is just waiting for like an opportunity, if that makes sense. So as long as there's something to talk about, I'll just roll at normal speed. But eventually I might have to skip a bit because it does get quite dull around fire when you just stand there for 10 minutes. There's not a lot to say because usually we're just waiting for the opponents to make a mistake, and it's us being patient. So there's some small micro plays you can count out, but that's kind of it. Anyway, In Hindsight, the series where we pretty much just go over our games. I gotta first of all apologize a bit for the delay right now in Hindsight. I've had a bit of a busy week with scrims and stuff, but we should be back to uploading every Friday, Wednesday, Friday, and Sunday. Although this is gonna be out on the Friday, we'll do a double episode today. You guys are extra lucky. Maybe we'll not do a double episode today. Maybe we'll just do one on Monday instead to make it up. Anyway, here in the do lane, think we get pressure. We have Ram, obviously, that gives us way more lane pressure. We should be able to potentially get their buff. You can see Deathwalker proxied the wave and tried to see the way the blue, but that didn't work. And I think that actually messes up Kenneth's jungle path quite a bit. You can see adapting, not really sure what to do right now. And just on 2 buffs, and we are getting their back camps, but that's kind of what's the only thing that's happening right now. We're not getting much more, so it's a bit of a weird start. Good proxy by Benko, but not too much to do. We actually don't invade that whole buff. We just decided to secure one, I guess, because we knew Pele is missing on the map, so maybe it's a bit risky to do something like that. But I don't really like the start too much. It's like Ken doesn't really get the biggest lead. What Ken should have done is he should have just went straight to blue and just went to farm. And he would have been in such a good spot off the start because Pele had to waste so much time. But it actually ends up being pretty even for us. So it's not the big win. All team comp is very single target. We have what you'd call a dive comp. I'd assume we're going to kill Xbalanque and mainly like Xbalanque and Raging. So dive comp is pretty much just killing the backline, right? We're going to look for the Morgan engages onto their backline. And then we have the follow-up of Bacchus, Bellona, old Ravana can blink in. We have the Rama snipes. I think that's one thing Rama does really well in these kind of comps. You want a guard like Ram that has long range follow up. I know Chiron was a very potent pick in season 5 as well, just because he has that long range snipe. You can kind of be safe and do your damage at the same time. So it's definitely a really good pick for us. But that's what we're going to be looking to do. Early on, I think it's the same as game. It's gonna be game 3, I think. Game 2, yeah, Morgan. Anyway, we gotta make sure that we fight when Morgan has a ult, and that's kind of the only time when we fight early on. But when we do fight, we actually win the fight super hard early on, but only if Morgan has ult. Archer's alright, but Bacchus is definitely way stronger early on than Archer, especially when Bacchus has ult. I think Raven might also just be a bit. Raven Pele is actually pretty equally strong, but I think the big thing is this Radiant is gonna die before he does a lot of damage in the early fights if we play it correct. Because we can just nuke damage into him. He doesn't even have Aegis, so they're gonna go for blue buff in raid right here. 2v2 here. It's gonna be interesting to see if we get this blue buff. We kind of need to get it just to keep Deathwalker in the game a bit. So you can see patience here. Just gonna make sure Kenneth rotates Horror, and it looks like we are going to get the blue buff. So it's gonna pay off. It's pretty nice. I'm just gonna back out Benko. I guess he can get his Berserker shield now. So that's very nice. Anyway, not too much happening right now. The main points of contention on the map right now should be around the neutral farm. When I look at these 2 team comps, I don't see that either team has a very major advantage of either side of the map. I think all pressure is pretty even. So the big fights has to be around mid right now. I don't think any team is gonna be in favor of aggressing. We can't really aggress on solo side of the map just because Xbalanque is a factor. Even though we might win that fight, I think maybe that's not like how we should play it, because Xbalanque is gonna play in and Ram can't really do anything. So we can take the 3v3 in mid just because I feel like our fight is so much stronger. Or the other thing that you could say we could do is we could try and kill the Xbalanque, but I would just like to see us control mid camps, maybe look for a red invade with the Morrigan, But definitely not look for anything on this other side of the map. Just trying to let these guys farm it out. It's always interesting when I say this, because I can't really remember how this game goes. So we'll see if we stick to the game plan I have in mind right now. But that's one of the things, right? You learn as you go on. So right now I'm just like, oh well, we can just also very sexy EmilZy. Maybe this video is gonna get the copyright claimed by the knee organization. Who knows? My last episode with the goddess of magic, aka the goddess of demonetization, the goddess who cannot be named, literally got demonetized because I said the goddess name or goddess name once. It was a bit rough, man. I hope that goddess never gonna become meta, because that's gonna be rough for the YouTube. Anyway, chilling around mid, just kind of having a good old time. I respect it. We're just coasting. Just more coasting. I'm almost getting tired. Nothing is happening. Must be pretty boring to watch, but like, why would we take a fight that's not to our advantage right now when we just keep getting those mid camps? We have a pretty decent gold lead right now. Like, we are in the driving seat, and I also do think we have the way superior late game. Morgan just kind of pops off when she gets a Boomer's Mask. She gets a second relic. She really starts maxing her free. That's when you want to fight with Morgan. If you can get away with early fights as well, like, sure, go for it. The weakness is, as soon as Morgan doesn't have an ult early game, then you can just get invaded for the next like 2 minutes, because it's not going to be up, and then Morgan is just a bad god. But that's how you have to counter Mori. Just go full ham whenever Mori's ult is out early game, but it can be super hard, and I think we're going to see Spacestation probably struggle a bit with this. I actually remember this game. I think this is the game where we have like a super big throw behind Fire Giant in Soul Lane, like super late into the game, and we almost lose the game, but like Kenneth blinks in and suicides for a kill on Barracuda, which is quite interesting. Benko looking for the fight. Just gonna slap the minions a bit, having a good old time against Enquiries. Bang, bang. Soul Lane's always fun to watch, isn't it? Berserker shield. Ing it up. I guess Revolver is actually going to heal a lot here. I was about to say he's kind of losing this trade, but he is clearing the wave, and Enquiries really isn't. So we get the totem now as well. Big thing. You can see they're looking for a flank right here. They're going to try and go on me, but Jeffinda's going to transform over. Kenneth also the wall, doesn't really hit anyone. That's kind of unfortunate. A bit too trigger happy, I think. So now we can't really fight. Now this is when SSG could actually look for something. I think that's a bit unlucky, because like the other mid camps are spawning now. We can probably win the fight without Ravan ult, but you can see now they can pressure, because Ravan doesn't have ult. They can go for back camps, and they can probably get away with getting that as well. So it's not really the spot you want to be in. Anyway, Deathwalker boxing it out with Aquarium. Just having a good old time. Personally for me, I'm gonna go tank boots into Phoebes, and I still agree with the start. I think, well, obviously I don't get health charges anymore, but I do think that reinforced is definitely the way to go in this game in particular. It's so good into guards that have like dot damage and stuff, just like Archu on her laser, which is their main form of engagement, right? And nice ult from Deathwalker. And Radiant, right, has quite a bit of dodge damage as well. I guess to an extent Pele also has that, Para has that. So it's definitely a strong pickup to be a bit more tanky. Pen boots would have been a really greedy choice, because they do actually have quite a bit of lockdown on me, so that tank boots might be the thing that saves me later on. Phoebes is just kind of the go-to, I think. I got sprint as well, which is good. I could have probably justified getting shield here as well, but I think getting sprint is just better, because Jeff went horrific this whole set. So having that direct counter is always gonna do way more than shield ever would for you. Anyway, what we're doing right now is we're just kinda having a grand old time, it seems. Just chilling a bit. Nothing too out of the ordinary. Is this microphone's like ASMR. Oracle's up, big point of contention again. See if we can get those. You can see we're just getting a lead by getting the totems, because Bellona has the pressure over Achilles, and we're getting the neutral farm just because we are there. This could be a bit of a risky fight. If Morgan, he doesn't really have too much mana. Ooh, Deathwalker. Bam! He's gonna get out. That was a close fight. Actually, I actually didn't really like us going for that mid camp. I feel like we could have gotten way more punished than we did. But I guess Ravana has that overhead kick to get to safety. But us getting that mid camp again, that's just us getting more farming. You see, now we have a 1.5k lead out of nowhere, and this is just puts us in such an advantageous position moving into later stages of the game. I guess right now it's like one point where they could actually get a kill on Death Walker, because Death Walker just uses ult, so they are going to go for it, and I guess they're gonna get this as well. Shippa long killed, really annoying. He gets ulted by Shippa, and they do get the kill. Ken is gonna go in for the return. I don't think we actually. Yeah, okay. I get the return kill. I just go in like Rappa, and then Zeros rotates on Venenu, and he's very dead. This right here is the strength of Morgan. He's just saving his ult. Ults on Enquiries as well. Bam, 133. Huge damage. Oh, that was greedy by me. I should have gotten out. So we get the 2-on-1, which is not bad at all. I think that's definitely in our favor. Sucks they get a blue buff, but it's alright. Like, us trading 2 for 1 there, definitely in our favor. Sucks they had to get the first blood, but yeah. We got, kind of think we might have just gotten the best out of that situation. I guess in a perfect world we get a blue buff and get out and just keep farming, but seeing that they did engage on us, I don't think that could have went too much better. So pretty happy with how that worked out in the end. So now they should be looking for invades right now, because Morgan won't have ult until like 12 minutes and 30 seconds into the game or something like that. So just started stacking his book, I just started stacking my Phoebes. You can see the way Spacestation is building. They have Soul Reaver right now, they have Sovereignty right now. If I'm Spacestation, I'm gonna try and force a Gold Fury or something. And it sounds extreme, but when Morgan has no ult, and I don't really have too much tankiness, we don't have too much power, I think they're kind of in a spot to do it. I guess the one thing that does go in our favor is that World Build Blood Forge. He actually has quite a bit of slam power. But I would like to see SSG at least like try and pressure a red buff invade right here or something. That's how they get back into this game. So that's how they should play it. How we should play that, I guess, is we should look for like farm on the other side on the map. So if we need to recognize that, okay, maybe we can't defend our buffs right now, but if that's the case, then we should try and look for something else. But we might actually just be so strong right now that we can defend it anyway. But yeah, that should belong killed, and we got the Radiant Beats. Such a huge pickup for us. I don't know why Wen was playing so far up, because now they kind of lose that power. Like now they don't have ship ult, now they don't have the beats. Now it's gonna be way harder for them to look for something around the map. So they're trying to bait me in right here, but I'm just gonna keep my distance. Volt was calling, Shibonk was missing as well, so there's no reason for me to really be looking for that. As I said, Mori has no ult, and you can see Space Station is actually regaining some of the gold lost right now, just because we had to use that Morrigan ult. So I guess in a perfect world you don't really fight at all early with Mori, but we're just gonna blink in on Pelle, and he's barely gonna get out. Volt's gonna get the snipes. Oh, unlucky. Volt might be in trouble here if Enquiries blinks in, but we're gonna be alright. And this is actually pretty bad for Enquiries, because now he's gonna get a back camps, but it's kind of a wasted rotation. Whereas Death Walker is just doing his own thing, he's farming and stuff. Enquiries is now gonna have to expand his TP. I guess he was gonna TP back to lane anyway, but sadly, actually, we don't get anything. Okay, I was about to say we don't get anything on the other side of the map, but Zeros is looking for the engage right here. He's gonna get the back camps, might be in trouble. Ooh, he has the ult right there, so that's actually a bit rough. He should. Yeah, he's getting out. Damn, that was rough. That could have been a lot worse, but I guess it ends up working out right. Anyway, Death Walker has pressure now in this lane. He's also gonna have his TP up before Enquiries. So I guess that's what happened, right? Death Walker had to back and utilize his TP, and then Enquiries probably proxied the wave and ran over. But they actually regained a good chunk of their gold lead now. Now Morgan ult is down again, which is really bad for us. So it's definitely not worth getting that back camp invade. I think Death Walker should be the one going for it, if we should have went for it at all. So it's what happens though. Just gotta watch out now, because now it's another 2 minutes without Morgan ult. It's actually really gonna hurt. Bam. Get the top-notch burp right there on Jeff. So you can see they're looking really aggressive now. So they're playing this right. They're just not committing hard enough ammo. Like now, we are getting up in the stacks. Like I'm getting full Phoebes here from the back camps. I'm super tanky now. I don't really think I'm gonna die ever. So I should just be fine, right? It's like, what can they do now to kill me? I can just play up like this. And look, I'm barely taking any damage, and my team can secure the buff. Like, sure. Bear hits me for 129, but I still have 2k health, so it's gonna take quite a long time to kill me. They do get the purple buff though, so they do get something. I guess this is due to the Enquiries rotation again behind the tower. They actually have really good ward space stations. They're gonna try and bait out gold. I think they could have been a bit more happy to pull that right there. Bear just had RC ward, haven't backed yet. I guess we do have power spikes on adapting right now, and Death Walker. Not necessarily actually. I think they should have pulled that gold. Look to force it. But now Morgan's ult is gonna be up again here in 30 seconds again, and we should be in a spot to like try and bait them into gold 3 now. It's just so funny, like when Morgan's in the game, the whole game just revolves around her. It's like she is the dynamic factor, because she has so high rotation speed and so high kill potential if she ever finds the engage. And when hold is down, vice versa, like she might just be the worst guard in the game. I don't think we can get a guard that's worse. Maybe Ganesha. Poor Ganesh, man. He's a good lad. A good Oliphant. I get Stone on Binding. I actually remember this, because this is weird diving, right? So if I can just dive and get extra like pen to my team, that's so beneficial for all of us. So getting binding is really good. I back it, I feel like. Also gonna get my my blink. I think I blinked in right there. Yeah, blinked in, trying to get the Barras beats, I guess. Anyway, it works out for us. It's alright. It doesn't really work out. I expended my blink, but blink just so I can get the blink ult engaged. It's so strong to start a fight off with back his blink ulting. We don't have that right now, but I think we can definitely still win the fight. Shell would have been really nice, but we have that on Death Walker. I think Death Walker is really good at like picking up the relic we're missing, so it's very nice. We're around here. They're pressuring up her buff again, and I think we can take the fight this time. I'm gonna go in here as well. You can see I'm playing up, and I think they see the TP on Death Walker, and they're like, oh, Zero's a super fire up. He gets the engage on Ravana, and you can see this is kind of how our comms works. Everyone is just going ham on Venenu, so he's gonna hopefully end up dying. Oh, actually he's not. Oh yeah, he's not gonna end up dying because we all turn on Aquarius, and what we should have done is we all should have dived with the Morgan. So that's a really big mistake by us. You can see it's like we ran back towards their Keyless when we should have just been diving. So big misplay by us, and I think they don't think they get the gold here, but it's a bit rough. Bam, 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 bam. Then Death Walker now. Ooh, Veneno should be so in trouble here. Bam! Jeff Hindler, bam! Watch out for Pelle. Ooh. Adapting's gonna get out though. I think Death Walker's pretty dead. So we trade out. I guess they can do this gold now. Oh yeah, I'm like, oh yeah, I'm gonna try and steal this, and then I see Achilles, and then I just dip on out of there. I'm like, actually, nah, I don't go for it. Good. That would have been bad if I went for it. That would have been very bad. I was not happy with that. That definitely could have been a lot better, a lot cleaner. Anyway. More costing now. Big misplay by us not diving. Like, we're not sticking to a game plan there, which is like the main reason why we lost that fight, right? So we should just be doing that, like dive the raging, and not everyone stuck to the game plan. Only Death Walker and Zeros and Road did. So Death Walker, Adapting Knight definitely fucked up there. We have Morgan Bubmas now. Morgan's level 15, so we're still super strong. I think we can definitely still fight into them whenever Morgan has a hold up. It's not the end of the world, but it kind of sucks because we don't get that gold now and get that extra lead, so it could have definitely been way better. Venenu's super far behind, which is a bit rough for him. Super far, he's only one level behind, but the issue is he's not really going to do damage to me with the way he's building. I guess he's going to do damage, but it's just he doesn't have a lot of power in his build. It's the way it feels anyway. Don't really feel like Death Walker cares too much about this. He's just going to heal his way out of that right there. Absorb. So many absorbed stacks. That's how it goes. Bam, 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 bam. Looking for a gank on Rose here. This is the classic level 20 duo gank. This game is so slow paced. Oh yeah, we one Bob Andin right here. He beats 2 lates and he just gets absolutely smacked. Bam. Good blink by Kenneth, we went for him, and that's such a good pick for us now, because this should open up so much map play for us, because their jungler's dead for like 40 seconds now. So I think we're gonna look for something in right, I guess. We could look for Pyromancer's wide open right now as well. If we had buffs in that, or wards in that jungle, we would have known that as well, so we could have potentially went for that, but Sirius is just farming in solo. I guess we're gonna die if Achilles. Am I gonna die here? That would be fucking horrendous if I did. Okay. Oh, he got out. Anyway, we're gonna get the tower, so we get a lot of that pick, and suddenly we're in half the gold lead now. So just finding that one pick around the map actually helped us so much. I think Andy just kind of fucked up and gave us an edge that we shouldn't have had. But I mean, that's the thing. Everyone makes mistakes, right? Like, you can only be so good at the game. Like, every player makes mistakes. It's just about how you capitalize off them and what you do after that. And I think at this point, like, we were pretty good at doing that. So compared to SSG, at least, I think they just made a bit too many mistakes, and we were able to punish those. It's same with SSG though, to be fair. They punished all mistakes, but we just won the early by farming it out, and now we're in a really, really good spot moving into this late game. Looking for Barrow here. This was a bit too deep. I think I barely get out here. Yeah, I had to sprint, so that's really bad by me. Shouldn't have went for that. Just a wasted sprint. 70 online for me now. Bam, bam. That's good. We need this stuff in our life to do something. It's gonna help a lot against the physical damage. It's gonna help while diving as well, just giving more prods. Death is really out of position. He's gonna get absolutely destroyed. Zero's transforming into Bellona. I think he should just be transforming into like... that's actually pretty good work there. Should look for Shibalonki here, or Raging. We gotta help out in Zeros. I missed my flop. Zeros is gonna get out here. We see Deathwalker goes in. Oh, we need to peel for vote. Can we get kills here? Damn. We got one pick, we definitely could have gotten more. I think that kind of sucked. I think we could have gotten way more than what we got for that. Interesting. We have Kins now both. I don't think we had that for that fight. We're probably just gonna go for this only Fury and then look to like do a sieging play where we can try and get one of the tier 2s. So usually what you want to do when you have only Fury is that you want a 5-man group in the lane closest to Fire Giant, usually if FG is up, and then you just siege that lane. And you don't have to go for the siege, you just have to put on pressure. You want to make sure you're strong, obviously. If you're not stronger and you don't feel like you're going to win the fight, don't do it. But at that point, you don't have to win the fight, you just have to wait for the only ways to push in. So getting this only Fury at this point in the game is actually super important, because it gives you an advantage. And if you can push that advantage, that also just means that if someone shows up and you win a fight, you get fire, and then you just win the game. So this is like the big turning point in this game, like who's gonna have the steering going into like the later part of this game right here. So that's why I see everyone around it just when it spawns, just because every team really wants that and make sure that the other team doesn't get that. This fight should be good for us because we can get the Morgan engaged, and I think if everyone's on the same page now, we just stick to the same target. With Morgan, we're definitely gonna stomp this fight really hard. Look at mid right now, when Nenno's playing really far below. They have a really weird positioning, because I feel like Ven is just not where he needs to be compared to where his team is. So they get the engage on us in left. I think Vought has to ult here. So Vought is gonna get the ult. They're kind of diving us right now, which is definitely not the best, but we get pretty good poke. We get a kill in mid actually. So now we're trying to peel out for Vought, right? But no one is helping on Vought. So we just get a big engage here as well. Gonna go on Enquiries, miss my burb again. And he does end up killing Vought, but we just have such a good fight off this. We did so much damage already. So we have to kill Barra here. Barely get him. And now Jeff should be in trouble. Actually, I don't think we can kill him. We should just reset and do gold right now. That should be the call. Back out, you gold. That's how we should play it right here. Yeah, we got the dive on Ben, and that just gave us so much because their mage wasn't a part of that fight. So that's really good for us. Vote dies, which kind of sucks. They got the engage on us, but I think if I don't know, maybe we could have just disengaged in left and just pushed in mid. Maybe that would have been a better play. I went for like a split push kind of play, but again, if you get a fight and you get a pick and you have a 4v5 scenario, I think you just gotta go for it. Just sucks we didn't get more out of it, but it's alright. We have Morgan ult again in a bit, and once we get that, you'll see us probably pressure this gold. Morgan ult is barely on any cooldown right now, because Zeros does have 50% cooldown reduction actually. Actually no, he has 40 with the way he's building. Forgot the nerf combat CDR. So he's gonna have his ult any second now, and we can just group up and look for the fight again. I guess that carries a split push because he has upgraded TP. Yeah, he does. So they're just kind of waiting for that. Oh, waiting for us to send someone over, right? But we're gonna pull gold now. We should try and get the Zeros to look for an engage here. I'm not around though. I'm soloing 2 people mid, so I guess we're just gonna gamble this gold, and we do get it. So what I should do right now is we should push up that wave there. He didn't. He should have done that because that wave has like 1,000,000 archers. You can see it on the minimap right here. And then we should just instantly group and go for like Pyromancer push right tier 2. Right tier 2 is already super low, so if we can threaten that, that's so good. EFG is up right now, so I don't think we can definitely can't do fire with the team comp we have right now, unless Benko, Deathwalker, and Volt can just be on it, and we can 3-man zone, but I doubt that's ever gonna happen. Volt is greedy farming way too much right now. I guess he's gonna get his Titan's Bane, but it's really greedy. He's getting Titan's Bane 2 even. So what we should have done is we should have just instantly went right, because now look at our only wave. It's just barely gonna make it to left, and by the time that left wave is gonna hit the tower, I want us to be forcing at least Pyromancer or something. You can see Achilles is going left now. He has upgraded TP. He's gonna deal with that Oni wave. I feel like the Oni wave is almost gonna die just to the normal wave, because the normal wave was so big. So it's very problematic for us. We're gonna do Pyro. Interesting. We got Pyro for free. I guess they gave it up because Achilles has to defend the Oni wave. I think we could have gotten a lot more than that. We're gonna pull fire here. This is really random. I guess we're looking for the engage. We're gonna go on Pelle. Pelle Magi's, and Pelle is like 1 hit here. Might get the ram snipes. Oh, barely. I'm in trouble here. I'll get out. That was a bit rough, honestly, that we went on Pelle. We should be going on the backline. If we can help you shot out here, though, it's not the end of the world. Ooh, we're gonna get the re-engage here with Morgan. Bam! Barra's 1 hit. I go in for the big ball stun, and I barely get out. Zeros gets the kill with Bellona. I think Zeros needs to start turning into me. I think Bacchus is probably the thing you want to transform into if you transform with Morgan, you want to transform into a guard where you don't really die and you can do damage. And I think I'm the best for that right now, because I actually do have quite a bit of damage with the way I've built. So does Bellona, but I think the Bacchus is actually going to do more AoE damage than Bellona in a fight like this. At least in those 10 seconds. And Susie might be a bit better as well. Voidstone for me, just again getting more magical damage with the Morgan when we're diving is really good. Barra had to use relics now, so we know that, so we can really start baiting this fire. You can see Morgan almost has ult again. We killed Ven, so we're gonna try and bait them in here. So let's see if we can get this. Zero's looking for something. They're playing it really well, SSG. They're like letting us take a lot of damage from it, but that's the benefit of having Bellona. You don't really take too much damage from fire. We're gonna have Morgan ult in a sec now, and then we're gonna look for this fight. Hopefully take it and punish Barracuda, because Barra has no relics right now, so he should be the target in this fight. I think Barra's gonna do a lot more damage than Ven ever would, because Ven is just so far behind. Also, I think Ven is itemizing pretty poorly. So it should be good for us. I guess actually Ven has decent damage, and with the Magi is not the worst idea of the world. It's just he doesn't really do too much damage right now. So if we can just group right here, get the Morgan engage on Barra, we're in such a good spot. You can see Barra has to hide behind the wall in tier 2, literally, because he can't go in. We can also poke front line with like Morgan and try and poke them out and force someone to go somewhere. So this is kind of the shitty part of the game, where we're just gonna wait until something happens. So let's just see when something's gonna happen. Next bit fight is gonna be at goal, so we'll just skip forward to that. at the Primal Fury teams. So we realize we can't do fire, we're gonna swap the focus over to the other side of the map. So we're looking for this right here. Gonna pull it. And I think they actually contest this, if I remember correctly, because Zeros goes for the wave to defend the tower while we're pulling gold, which is really bad, because now they know that we can't really engage on them, and that means that carries can push up super far. So I get super low right here, and I have to get out, and that's just kind of scuffed now. So we shouldn't have pulled that gold, because then they just get it for free. Zeros showed up in right, and that's just bad. Next point in this game is going to be the Fire Giant fight, so let's just see when that's going to be. The way we want to play the firefight again. Oh yeah, I remember this. I'll skip back a bit. So we're looking for fire. Enquiries pushes up and right, and we get baited here because we should never engage on a support like this. Like this is so bad for us because now they can just flank us from this and this. Like this is the fight they want. So they're actually gonna get the engage here because we have to walk in. We're kind of grouped. You can see they're looking to go in. We're looking for the Morgan engage now, which is not bad, but we actually we find the engage on Barra. But Archie gets a super good stun. And while we're not finding the jungle, they can retreat down the whole lane and we can't get them into any tight corridors. Actually, we're gonna go on Barra. No, this is not the fight I thought about. This fight is good. We have a fight exactly like this, like in 5 more minutes. Kind of spoiler alert. Anyway. Oh yeah, this is the fight where Vote gets so many Bloodforge procs. So we keep fighting here. Gonna try and help Vote. I think Vote gets the Bloodforge proc on Archie now. And then he just keeps going ham. And then Zero steals his Bloodforge proc on Pelle, which is unlucky. So that fight was alright, because we got the engage on Barra, but Archie had such a good stun, which meant we couldn't dive Barra properly. So that was actually really, really well played by Spacestation. That fight should have been so much worse for them. But let's fast forward a bit until next fire. See here. Oh. Spoiler alert, dude. Anyway, it's gonna be the same scenario this time. Like it's exact same scenario. This is why I was so confused, because we're going into left here, and Enquiries is kinda out of position. So we're like, oh yeah, can we go on Enquiries here? Got the stun on him. I jump him, and look at Morgan right now. So this is fucking horrendous, because both our carries are not in a position to follow up. The way we win this fight is by Morgan engaging. So me jumping in and burping right there is so bad, because now we're in a scenario where all the carries have free reign, because there's no way our carries can make it here and put pressure on their carries. Morgan, that is. Ram can't really snipe from here. So their carries is getting free reign on all the tanks, and they're getting, everyone is in here for CC. So if you fast forward a bit, it just goes to shit, right? Because like now Morgan can go in, but now we already used Bellona ult. Now we already used Ravana ult. We only have Bacchus ult, and we have Morgan ult and Ram ult, but that's it. So Deathwalker's dying here. Morgan's gonna get the engage. I do a big bad thing here. I try and body block for him. Why am I trying to body block? I'm body blocking Shiblonku autos, but I'm getting hit by the Raging ult, which is very bad. So now we're gonna go on Barra. Barra doesn't die, but adapting blinks in here and dies for it. And I think that's fine. I think Kenneth getting that kill is actually really, really huge. Because one good thing is going to happen. Now Vote survived, and Vote is actually going to do something really, really good here. So again, that was just such a big oopsie by us. We just fucked up that fight completely. And it's so weird, right? Because we just had a fight where we could have won the game if Jeff didn't get that amazing archer stun. And it was all pretty much the exact same spot. And we played that perfectly, but now we fought without Morgan, which is absolutely horrendous. So it's just like a big mistake by us. I don't think we're playing too well around Morgan in this game at all. But they're gonna go fire now. They should have went straight to fire, honestly. Like, this is such a big throw by them. Deathwalker has upgraded TP. They should know that. Why would they go for the tier 2 first? What are they achieving by getting a tier 2 tower? Literally nothing. I guess it means that if they do get this fire, they don't have to go for it after. But they have no fire DPS. If they would have started this fire 20 seconds ago, they wouldn't have gotten it by now. But that actually allows Vote to get back in. Deathwalker is going to get a TP in right here. You can see we do a bunch of damage to them. And this is not going to die, but we're going to delay the fire. Unlike what they did now, because now they have to reset. They're going to look for the kill on Deathwalker, but unluckily for them, Enquiries is barely going to miss the execute, mistime it, and this puts us in a position where sure Vote died, but they can't really do Fire Giant in a 4v5 scenario. I don't think so. Like, it's too hard for them with Morgan around. They just used all their ults as well, so Such a big misplay by SSG, and good job by us, like, capitalizing on it. This game is just kind of misplay on misplay on misplay, which is very unfortunate because I think it's two pretty good teams, so it's not really what you want to see, is it? It's not really what you want. We're just chilling right now. He's gonna go Oni Fury here, and I think, is this the game where we recognize he's going Oni Fury and we pull fire? Actually, no, it isn't. Alright, so they're gonna get this Oni. Very good for them. As I've stopped saying, it's very important to get Oni at this point in the game, and that means that left wave is gonna be huge and push in, and it's very nice for them. We just have to put someone over there, and that means we can't pressure on fire. We decided to put Morgan over because she has the faster rotation speed. Therefore, he doesn't have TP, so he can't defend right now, at least for the next 2 minutes. So Zeros has to try and get that wave. But they're doing the right thing here. They're engaging super hardcore on us while we're doing that. So they're going ham on adapting. Kenneth's gonna die there. I think Kenneth just needs to realize that we weren't in a position to be there when we have to push up the Oni waves. To be there. That was a nice little, not even a voice crack, just a bad I don't even know, man. We're gonna be around fire. We can delay this. Morgan's getting the cock monster flank. She's coming straight from China. I don't even know what's going on. Jesus Christ, Bear doesn't even see him, man. We get Venenu somehow. Zero's trying to transform into Bacchus. Bam! Gets the kill. We killed Venenu somehow. I don't know how they managed to fuck that up. Anyway, we get a 2 for 2 in a 4v5 scenario, which is really good for us. So bam, that's it. They can't do fire now. The Oni wave is pushing in right now, which is perfect as well, because Oni wave is pushing, but we'll get there, and the Oni wave isn't gonna do any serious damage, and we'll get both Oni waves, and we're in a really good spot now to hold up fire and try and do that. There's no way Spacestation can do fire giant right now without us like being there, because it's gonna literally take them 60 seconds with the guards that are alive. So we can just commit into pushing out these waves, getting our backs in, and getting everything. For my build, I'm upgrading my relics, I'm getting my spirit robe up and running. Obviously just keep buying sentries, probably got a 500 pot as well. Archie's build is pretty interesting, has the Witchblade. I don't necessarily know if I like it. I guess it's alright, but I think Relic Dagger would have been a lot better for Jeff. Relic Dagger is so good with like those team relics he has right now. Even Winkblade. Actually no, Winkblade will not be the best ever. There we go. Zero's getting red. Now we're gonna look for the fire giant fight one more time. It's just how we gotta wait for them to make the mistake, right? And I think we got a bit too impatient at one time, right? So we kind of misplayed that big time. Bam, 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 bam. I love the Morgan Sun. What's it called? Sun Factor 66 skin or whatever. So troll. So this is a pretty cool move Spacestation is doing. A lot of teams do this late game. They will send one guy split pushing and then be like, oh, it's only one guy. And then they like spend a lot of people to do it. So they do that here, but therefore is able to sniff it out and C's gonna get out. And that means they're gonna go for the Phoenix now, but now they're sieging Phoenix without fire. And we're getting our resets in. Deathwalker is like kind of suiciding for this, but we get a 5-man bag is playing gold. We get Morgan flank from China, really good Ram's knives, and we're just gonna absolutely annihilate them. So it's a good idea by SST to kind of stall up the game, because they know they can't take the fire fight, but I think they were just way too, like, why aren't they more prepared for that? It felt like they should have fought that straight up better. It was felt a bit too rushed. They should have had someone watching the flank, because obviously we're gonna be coming from a flank. And we get a DSI, and we pretty much just end the game off this. So we don't even do fire, like, late game in this at all. Did Fire Giant even fall this game? I don't think it did, which is actually very troll. But we're gonna go left, get the Phoenix, bam, and then end the game. It's not gonna be close. We have our carry, so if we have ADC, we definitely get that. We have probably on Morgan as well. So Phoenix damage is pretty good. We have a lot of tankiness from Bellona and back his natural tankiness. So we're just gonna close out the game. Bam! That's very good. That's a pretty rough game. Looking back, like we could have played this game so much cleaner as well. It's kind of crazy how much I feel like we have improved already. I'm recording this after United games, and it's like, even though United set wasn't as clean, or like wasn't clean at all, it still felt a lot. You can see it's a lot better than this, I think. So we're going somewhere, at least. We're getting better. We're getting better. We're improving. But that's why we do this as well, right? That's one way, like, one of the best ways to improve as a player is to look back at your games and just recognize the mistakes you make, and you can kind of see common patterns, right? So this is us not being able to play well again, well with Morgan, and not being patient enough. Whereas SSG is obviously just, I don't know, having some weird call decisions, and then when they do the good calls, they don't seem to execute it properly. Let's take a look at the numbers. 4-1 and 15. That's a pretty good slash line. 0-5 and 9. That's a pretty poor Death Fogger, man. Enquiries played out his mind, had a really good game, and let's look at the damage numbers. Get bam! 17k, more than Kenneth. Ravana was good though for the dive. He had a really crucial kill on Barra when we threw that fight in the soul lane, so it's actually really, really good for us. But yeah, I think that's pretty much gonna make it for episode 5 of In Hindsight. I really hope you guys enjoyed this episode. Make sure you guys leave me some feedback. Is it alright if I scroll a bit when there's death timers and stuff late game? I think it's just kind of wasted time because I've talked so much already about what's going on, and to me it's just going to be kind of like treading waters and talking about the same thing, which is going to make it less entertaining for you guys, and it's going to tire me out in the long run. So I might give up some words analysis. That's how you say that word when it comes later into the game. I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. If you did, make sure to leave a like, comment, subscribe, press the bell. That's 4 things. Until next time, everyone. Peace out.